our monster variant is the Earth Rage Battlebriar. Now, for those that don't know, in our monster variant, we take an existing monster in the monster manual, and you're basically going to use that stat block, and you're going to make a few changes. I do my best to keep it within the same CR. It's never exactly precise, but either is CR. So, that being said, the Earth Rage Battlebriar are deadly living plants similar to the likeness of like the shambling mound, but are purposefully grown to serve the military capacities. They can destroy massed formations of lesser troops, storm defended embankments, and bring down fortifications. This Battlebriar likes to bury itself and use its tremorsense to detect foes passing overhead and erupt from the ground, suddenly catching them in surprise. So, the origin for this is going to be the Xorn stat block. You're going to drop the features of tremorsense and the claw attack. And you're going to replace it with the new features. Instead of claw attack, you're going to have vine whip, because I play too much Pokemon apparently. And what kind of shambling creature made out of plants isn't going to have a vine whip? So basically this is a 15-foot ranged attack. The stat blocks are in the show note. The stat block full details is in the show notes. But what happens is on a success of the attack, the creature needs to make a saving throw or be pulled 10 feet towards the Battlebriar. And since he can do multiple attacks, it really makes this dangerous for bringing all the enemies within range, but letting him stay out of range of everyone else. Now, it gets worse than that. He also gets a feature called Spores. Twice a day, he can do a 15-foot radius cloud of toxic spores that extends out from the Battlebriar. The spores spread around quarters, and each creature in the area that isn't a plant must succeed a DC 17 con save or be poisoned for 24 hours. Now, combine that with the grapple, the vine whip pulling in with 2 attacks, follow it up with this. Oh, you guys are done. I mean, you guys are going to have a blast. And then, of course, the last feature is the Rising Burst. It bursts out from underneath its victims, sprays rocks and dirt into the air, and causes the ground around it to shake violently. And each creature makes a strength saving throw, Each creature standing within 20 foot of the area must make a strength saving throw. A creature that fails takes bludgeoning damage and is knocked down. Now, once again, this ties in really well with the spores, because if you knock them down, they can't run away, and poof, poison in all directions. Zipperon, what do you think about this?
I think that's a pretty powerful combo. I like that 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah, I really like. I think this this technique was based off of something. I don't know if it was the stupid. Damn, what is that thing called? The Bullet, I think, has something similar, where it comes out of the ground. So,
well,
I like the story behind this monster a lot too. I think it's really cool.
Yes.
How you I like where it's placed in the world, and I really like the reflavoring of the Xorn's features. I think he did a great job here.
Yeah, I'm a big fan on reflavoring, because WotC spends thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to balance shit, and I don't, so it just makes sense. Yeah. It's just easier. I think it's one of the recommendations in the Monster Manual to begin with. It's just easier to do it this way. I really like this. This is very much a Bulbasaur-style build to me. Gotta catch them all. And the other thing I like about this is, you mentioned the 1-2 punch. The Rising Burst does recharge, but only on a 6, so they would have to burrow again and then try to do it again. I like that this thing can run away and then stalk the players underground. If it's got a mission, it's got a command. And obviously, it's not gonna want to die. It can stalk them and attack them when they're resting. Yeah, you little short rest bitches after every encounter. Ha ha ha! Not in my game. What do you think, Ian?
You just want to screw with my warlock, don't you?
I do. I don't screw you that much when it comes to your short rests. Okay, maybe a little more than I probably should.
You just don't want me to catch management.
Yeah.
I'm just giving grief.
Yeah.
I deserve it.
Yeah, you do. Anyways, so overall, this is a fun monster. I'm glad you liked the reflavor and stuff. Is there anything you think you would change or add about this to give it a little extra oomph, or do you think it's a good balance of powers as is?
So I like that it has a lot of variety here, right? I think something that what I might do is just call it a no. You can't call it Thorn Whip because
That's
that's
something
already
else.
a Druid cantrip. So what I'm trying to think of is ways to make it like more apparent through its moveset that it was like bred for a military purpose, right? I mean, it's obviously a badass thing. I'm trying to think of some ways to sort of get that across.
I mean, you
Thorn
talking
Strike.
like a mechanical like way that it comes across, or like in a lore flavor?
I think maybe just a lore flavor way, like
Because you could totally give like a nature check or a history
Yeah.
check. These things been used to knock down building. Oh, that if it broke in when they were inside of a building and the building come crumbling around them. That's
Yeah.
genius. I like that. Yeah, I don't know how you could better do that unless it had like
Yeah.
harnesses, like something that's put on it to keep it like a collar or something to that they can lock it up. That could be it. Maybe they got.
So what I normally do, like when I actually say like the names of the attacks when I'm DMing, right? Like, okay, this person's going to use their rising burst on you, and so I
That's
think for
awesome.
like they're. So I'm trying to think of something like in there that I would say, but like as is, it's fantastic. This is great. I'm happy that you shared this.
Well, I'm glad you like it. I love creating monsters because I apparently love challenging my players. Of course, I'm gonna have to banishment from my game, and this douche bypasses every encounter. I'm just kidding. I would never do such a thing.
Oh, here
I
I got
prove-
it. I came up with it.
What's
you
it?
give it the siege monster trait where it deals double damage to structures.
Oh, I'm adding that.
Yeah. Oh, please. I prove I can bypass times with a clipboard. It's true.
Yeah, because who doesn't like their fire forged monsters being hit with a surprise inspection? Who the hell even does that? All right, what is the name of that ability? Siege what?
Siege Master, I think.
These monsters, I think there's something. I don't know the name off the top of my head. Something like that though.
I'll look it up and add it later. All right, well,
Yeah.
I like that because we just enhance this monster with something that it makes sense for the creature if it's designed for that. So fantastic.
Yeah.
I now am envisioning it having like where it burrows and stuff, like reinforced iron claws and stuff like this to really maybe shoulder big giant steel armor from when it's bashing into stuff.
That's what I was imagining. Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Siege Master, yep.
Siege monster.
Siege
Okay.
Master.
All right, I think that'll do it for our monster variant, the Earth Rage Battlebriar.